Hi guys, welcome back to Behind the Keys, La Mesa del Closing. Today I have a special guest with me. She is our family pioneer into real estate, the person who convinced me to get my license, my niece, Karina Vazquez. And I'm so excited to have her today because, again, like I said, she's a veteran of the family, and just to listen to her, her stories, her background, it's like, oh, okay, now finally I can relate to some of the stuff that you've gone through, that you're going through. So yeah, it's kind of making full circle. So with that, tell me how you got started into real estate.
How did I get started in real estate? Oh man, I think in that part of my life, I was a stay-at-home mom. Nunca había sido stay-at-home mom. And I tried it out for 6 months, and I needed to work. I needed to be out. I needed to help people. I needed to just get out.
You've always been really active, working
I've always
in sales.
Yes. So I went and out of curiosity, I was driving down and saw a house, and I was like, I wonder how that gets sold. I wonder how the whole process goes. Why does not everybody have a house? And it just got me more question after question after question after question, a lot of curiosity of how everything was happening. Mm-hmm. And I decided I want to try it. It was not an easy process because I did not have the income to do in the classes. Thankfully, my mom helped me for, going to school, just the classes, the certifications. But yeah.
And I was gonna ask you that about like what struggles did you have early on? And I do remember your mom saying, "Ay, mija, she works really hard estudiando, y yo cuido la niña."
Yeah,
I remember vividly her telling me that, and like you would not give up your study.
Yes. So the real estate test, the state exam and national exam was not easy. Lo fallaba por un punto o dos, but I was almost there, so I wasn't giving up, and I kept on studying, and my mom thankfully would help me with the little ones. Alexander was 1.5 years, and Analia was 6 months when I got into real estate, so they were small.
How many years ago was that?
12.
Dang. And so for people who don't know, Karina's first language is Spanish. Now, of course, she's fluent, a lot more fluent in English, but en ese entonces en la casa era mucho más español.
Yes.
So imagine si uno en inglés batalla con el test. Ahora, you read it, you learn it in English, you have to translate it to Spanish. So that's a lot. Y no con la niña recién.
They were small. It was a process, and I still remember the day I passed my exam. So it was on my third try. I had gone back and forth doing the test. The first time I failed it by 1 point. Why did I fail? It's just 1 point, right? So then I'm like, okay, seguir estudiando, keep on going. And then I go back the second time. And the second time I did the biggest mistake that they tell you not to do, which is go back and change your answer. So I finished so fast, and I was like, acabé muy pronto, what happened? So I went back and I changed some answers. And this time I failed it with 2 points. So I didn't have to go worse than the first time. So I felt like, porque no lo estoy pasando? I'm really, really trying. I really want to get this done. So the third time that I went, I told my mom that I was going to a class to just doing more training. I just felt like I was defeating her trust, her help, and just, not doing what I was
make sure, like, it's a word, le estamos fallando.
Exactly. So I went to take my test. I studied all that morning. She had this in the morning, and then I went to my test. Lo pasé. I called her, and the first thing I tell her, Mom, I'm like, le eché mentiras. And she's like, I'm like, I did. I'm like, I'm so sorry. No era para ver de práctica. I'm like, I actually took the exam. And she's like, you did? How did you do?
Oh,
I'm like,
because I think que uno se presiona tanto, especially, cuando le cuentas a tu familia, I'm going to take a test, and no, everybody, how did he do? And it's like, 1 point. Y así le sucedió a Luego, pues, a mi Caitlin, my baby. Luego she started doubting herself, and I'm like, girl, si te graduaste de la UT, que no vas a poder el exam de real estate.
Yes.
Stop putting so much,
Yes.
just so much pressure on yourself.
Yes.
We need to quit being so hard on ourselves. Well, but yeah, so, but I mean, I'm glad, but I'm not glad that you had to go through that. But I'm so happy you did get your license again because you pioneered. You're our pioneer in the family.
Yes.
You're the first one that got into real estate. I don't know if it's como sin querer queriendo. One by one, ahí vamos. Like varios de nosotros de la familia.
Values. Yeah, whenever I started with real estate, as you mentioned, there was nobody that I can lean back and ask a question. I didn't have anybody that I can trust. They're like, hey, how do you do this? What do you do that?
Yes.
There was not enough support that I had. I literally felt my first year that I was walking on ice. I was blindfolded and I was taking steps, caliente frío, and I was just going by the faith of God. When I went in there, I did it. I just went out to appointments. I went out and talked to people. I went out and started hustling. I wouldn't see anything. I would do appointment after appointment. Because it takes a process to get paid here in real estate. But after 6 months, I saw the results. Now, slowing down poquito, taking care of my structure foundation. Because at the beginning, I literally
just take off. Yeah,
took off. I just went out.
You're trying to survive.
I just went out and did stuff and thankfully did very good.
Yeah. No, you did really good. You did really well. You know what? That's something important that, and again, that's the purpose of what we're doing and talking to the different family members in the family is, and Karina's really big about this. Karina, anytime I call her, she's quick to help, quick to answer any questions. El sol sale para todos. That's her way of thinking.
Yes.
That's always been my way of thinking. We don't have the same broker. We're not on the same teams. We each have our own niche markets. We're all so different. We don't compete. Trabajamos una con la otra para ayudarnos. Mm-hmm. And that's my style and that's Karina's style. When I first started, I wasn't a team, pero como quiera yo le llamaba, hey Karina, ¿cómo ves? Or just to bounce ideas. She's probably thinking, oh my God, dear, like really, but pero tenía esa confianza de llamar. I don't care how stupid the question is. Yo llamaba because I knew I could, and you always told me, tía, aquí estoy para lo que ustedes.
And I told that to everyone. I'm here for whatever question you need, guidance, doubts, lo que sea idea, because any mistakes I've done, I've always been clear and open. Yeah, I told you guys, like, hey, I did this mistake, don't do it. Or, hey, I did this, try this. And at the same time, so you leave a viejo.
Sí. So what's been your scariest deal?
Oh, man. Scariest deal.
I mean, this is like you did trial and error, but así que dices, oh my God, ahora sí que la regué.
I don't think there's not a specific porque todos son las scariest. They all have their own ways of working. Each transaction is unique and different.
Yeah.
So we always learn and grow with each transaction. So I don't think there's a specific scary one.
Oh, okay. So, and again, it's all about growth. So what moment made you feel the proudest? I mean, other than passing the test, but made you feel the most proud of yourself?
Let me see. That big suspiro. Maybe whenever we got 812. 812 is a property that I'm in love with. I love the scenery. It's like mi campo, mi parque. With hard work. A lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. I would always go out showing properties, and I always go out and, mucha gente que quería or something.
Yes.
In space. And I would go show and view just beautiful sceneries, and I would say, Diosito, pedacito de esto, just a small piece. Little by little, that property has 26 acres. So, fue más de un pedacito.
Oh, wow, I didn't realize it was that big.
It's 26 acres, and the name itself has it that it was promised by God. It's in the legal description.
Oh.
So for me, it was like a big, like, Diosito nunca me dejó. Siempre escuchaba ese pedacito, ese pedacito. And I guess every time I would ask, he was just piling it up. And that was a proud moment. Up to now, I don't know how we made it work because it was a pretty big transaction. We did a pretty big down payment. How did we manage to put it through?
Faith. Don't say faith and hard work.
And making it, pushing through it and having faith in ourselves as well. So I think that was the proud moment, just seeing that we were able to do it. Mm-hmm. So if we're able to do this, we can do a lot more. So that we can grow and teach our kids, teach our family what we're capable of and what we can do, especially showing them with our background.
Yeah. So kind of lead by example. So we have, you know how this industry's grown so much. The number of realtors, especially like our younger generation out there, what advice would you give to new realtors? Well, new and old, young and old, because look at me, yo ya vuelo 60. This is my, I think, career number 5. I started in my mid-50s. So what advice can you give the new people?
Go for it. I always say go for it, give it a try. Keep consistency, do not give up. I know at the beginning it gets a little hard and frustrating because you don't see the results right away. So I always say just dale. Keep working it, and you'll see the results in time. Once you see a little bit of that light, that little sunshine, you're like, okay, puedo respirar, and I can keep going forward to doing some more.
It's mucho trabajo, muchas horas, but finally, you valió la pena. It is. It's a lot of work. So as far as clients, again, I mentioned that we're all so different. What advice would you give clients when looking for a real estate agent?
I always tell them whoever they choose. It's just to choose whoever they feel is there to help them and that they feel comfortable with. Mm-hmm. Second is that as long as you buy a piece of property and invest in yourself and your family, it doesn't matter who you go with, just find somebody that can help you and guide you the best way. Mm-hmm. Not just for this, but something in the long run. To help you kind of get started into investing and growing.
Sí, o sea, que sientan esa confianza con uno. And I'm sure you agree, we're not always going to match with the client porque sometimes son personalities bien diferentes, and that's okay. That is okay. I'm a high D and you're like fast también. Hay gente que quiere tomar más tiempo, pero tú, you have patience.
I have some patience.
You have patience.
I need to have and work with my patients. So, but yes, no, we work and pussy. And I would just tell every client, choose the right realtor that they feel most comfortable with to get going and stuff.
So as far as what is in your, I already know your work ethic, but what does true work ethic mean to you in this business? What do you do to prove your work or work ethic? I can't get it out there.
No, you're good. I think the work ethic, it would be making sure that the client gets what they're really looking for, that they're comfortable, that they're excited and happy about the end results, making sure that they know pretty much that we have a satisfied client.
Yeah.
That we were able to answer as much or every single question that they had. And that we were there all the way through, and even after the closing. Okay, I always tell them I'm still here. It doesn't matter that we just closed. I'm still here for answer questions down the road because my job does not end.
Yes, ahí no se termina. We get calls. Yeah, let's say even the homestead exemption or hey, ¿te acordó del homestead? Se me olvidó, or just different little things like that.
Correct.
So tell me, what do you think that most people misunderstand about real estate?
There's so much, but I think the primary thing is that they're not able or not eligible to get in a house, that they don't qualify, that they don't have the rights, tools already in place, income, credit, etc. And they think, no, pues no puedo, or my credit was this bad a year ago, but hey, they probably worked it up tremendously this last year, and now you're good to go, or maybe you're only a couple months away.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the biggest things where many people think that they're too far off y que ya no pueden, when in reality they're super close. Hasta que no miren un profesional y miren exactly where they currently stand and what needs to happen to making it happen.
They see the big picture.
Yes, and the possibilities.
And that leads me to my next question.
Yeah.
Is why having the right real estate agent is important. Why does it matter?
I think it matters so that you have somebody that does not give up. Unfortunately, yes, there is agents that see that credit is not there, or income if they're self-employed, that they don't post or make enough. On paper, there's the right agents that know the right lenders, the right tools, the right programs that can make it happen.
Yes.
So finding the right agent that can help you get it through, the right one that knows how to help you with what needs to happen, and making you, helping you get to where you need to be, or start, going. I think that's what's gonna help you have the right agent.
That's what I call a transactional agent. To me, my thought is that's the difference. You have someone who truly is knowledgeable. You're gonna find different ways. I always say, si cierran la puerta de frente, métete por la ventana. And very important, and you introduced me to people in the industry, other people who have that same way of thinking, that they're very tenacious, they're gonna work hard, and together we're gonna find a way, as opposed to, no, you don't qualify, on to the next.
Right.
No.
So there's always different options to check, and just continue going. Because
that's what we call nurturing.
Yes.
Nurture.
We don't give up. We continue and follow up, check in within a month, 2, 3, and on.
Or even a year or 2. But it happens.
Yeah.
So don't give up, guys.
Yes.
Do not give up.
We are always here to help and guide, and I'm excited to be here with you. I'm excited that you're in this journey with real estate, because I know when we first met and you wanted to know about real estate, how is it? Cuéntame más.
Yeah. Ay, Karina, just go help you. Mia, get your license. Ay, no, yo por qué quiero eso?
No, and I told you, if you're curious about it, get your license. And this is what I tell everyone. If you're ever curious about real estate, get your license and give it a try for yourself. Don't go by other people's opinions, because real estate is not for everybody. That's for sure. And everybody has their own opinion. I personally, for instance, had the interest back in 2006, and if I should have joined back then, but me metieron cosas en la cabeza, that there's not a steady paycheck, that, to just the negative outcomes of it, which is true. Si no trabajas, you don't get paid.
I was going to say, you get what you put into it.
Exactly. It's true.
You guys out there, you get what you put into it. Remember that.
But you know yourself.
Yes.
And you know que si chop chop, you gotta get, fed our family or pay bills. So I didn't do it then. I then jumped on the wagon again in 2014 when I had the baby.
Yes.
Okay, it's time to.
Ahora sí.
Yes.
Hay que comprar pañales y leche.
Which was good.
Okay. And sometimes that's what we need, that push, because you've done extremely well. You inspire me. I'm like, Karina, I do think I can do this. Yes. I'm like, okay, vamos a echarle ganas. Thank you so much, Karina, for joining me today and being an open book, as you always are. I truly, genuinely appreciate everything you've done, everything you do, and for sharing with us today. So tell our audience how they can get a hold of you.
Well, first of all, thank you for the invitation. I appreciate it. My number is 254-630-3333. 254-630-3333. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. See you in our next episode.
Bye-bye.
Actually funny, because last year when we did career day, some of my students did not know I was in real estate. So whenever we talked about it, they're like, "You have 2 jobs?" I'm like, "Yes." I'm like, "I love